Dear human, dear soul, I welcome you to my podcast series, Conversations with the Universe. Since a near-death experience, I have the gift to communicate with subtle levels of the cosmos. The knowledge from these for us invisible forms of energy I capture in my books, and it is now a great pleasure for me to share this knowledge, these conversations, with you as a supplement to the books. Please excuse me if the terms and articulations are not perfect. Our mother tongue is German, but we try to translate it to the best of our abilities. Thank you.
In our next episode of Conversations with the Universe, we meet Emanuel. Emanuel is particularly known because he was the spiritual mentor of Chico Xavier, whom you have already met. And about his previous life, we only know that around 2000 years ago was a proud Roman senator. You can find more information in the book, and now we'll dive into the conversation with him. So I ask for the presence known to humans as Emanuel. Please show yourself so we can communicate. When I feel you, Emanuel, then I'm tearing up. How are you?
You are very sensitive, Sylvia. These tears are part of my soul.
How would you like to be called?
Emanuel.
Now I would like to ask you, just as I asked the other beings working here in Abidjania, is that it's true that you are native here in Abidjania and you've been in the...
Yes, I am there too, but less than the others.
Please tell me a bit about yourself. What moves you? What touches you? How was your path, the path of the soul? I have already read about other lives you have experienced. They have been documented. Are all these informations correct?
Yes.
But which stages of your journey would you like to share with us today?
The journey through time doesn't really matter to me, but the paths of the soul do.
Yes, I can completely understand that. It is actually much bigger than this journey, each of the individual steps over time. But people can also understand you better if you tell them about your life. Do you understand?
It's really hard for me to put these situations and stages into words again. You can do better than that, Sylvia.
But I need your help with that. Would you like to report on this life somehow?
No, it's not necessary.
All right, then please tell me, where are you now outside of your body?
I'm now on the 4th level and with the other masters.
And what are you doing there?
I'm praying.
I didn't know that entities also pray.
You are funny. Why shouldn't we pray?
Well, usually people pray into the spiritual world, but since you're the spiritual world, who are you talking to then?
To God, of course.
And why do you pray so much?
The strength I feel from it is so healing, and I need that.
Would you like to tell people about your transition or your transitions from the physical body into the subtle body?
I think you know the answer. No, that's not appropriate.
Okay, then please describe how you found Indicasa, or better, how did you find Dominatio on your level and then perceive it?
Casa was always an idea that Ignacio had in his life, and maybe even before, but I first found out about it when I was with him. That time was very important, because I could feel how connected he was.
Compared to your feelings as a human, how did you perceive him as a person?
The energy in him was very pure. And I always enjoyed when he spoke. That strength and love were unique.
So what happened next? Did you happen to meet him when you were no longer in the body and he also was no longer in the body, or how did that happen?
A person's energy does not only exist when it is in a body, but when the energy leaves the body, it stays the same. That is the reason why in my search for healing, I kept seeking the energy of Ignatius. And in this incarnation, which I had last and then passed away, I wanted to find his homeland even more. Can I understand it this way? That the energy you found with Ignatius, like a kind of guide that was supposed to lead you to where you want to go, also before and especially after your death. Cleansing my soul was especially important in this process. I couldn't reach him as long as I was still contaminated. The power of the soul is not particularly strong when it is contaminated.
Yes, and after the last life, you were so purified that you could reach him, right?
That's correct. I was the purity needed to find his level, the level of masters of qualities.
And how was that for you?
That was very lovely. I have it greeted like a brother. My soul danced with joy because I knew I had purified a large part of my energy and I was back with him.
It felt like home to me. I bet that was amazing. The reunion, perceiving another energy as a reward for some healing work. That must feel really good. It was. How did it go on from there?
Then I observed how he works. I saw the ladder that leads to Casa,
The energetic
conductor. And I saw how he enters the body of the medium. And I wanted to do that too. So I learned it. And how was it?
That you did it for the first time.
It was fascinating. I was still perceiving the subtle beings, but I was in a human body. It's very constructive.
And how did you perceive that?
The first few times were very scary because I felt very confined. But over time, I got used to it. Then it started getting easier. If I want to do it now, it's simple.
How did you perceive people compared to before? I mean, before these exercises.
People's energies are changeable. And I saw in them these many different forms of energy. It was very exciting to get these colors and this information.
How exactly can I imagine that? How do you find out where the cause of a disease is?
This is some information I'm reading.
So you see the organ or the meridian that is not in energetic balance, and that is then the cause of the illness, right?
That's right.
But surely there are people who have many organs that are out of balance, right?
That's often the case, yes. People have a tendency. You learn little about your energies, and in addition to not knowing anything about it, they keep destroying it. That is incredible.
Well, we don't learn that in school, unfortunately. You can't be mad at them.
I know that. The hope within me that books like yours or people like you could change that is still strong.
What makes you sad when you heal through the medium?
That I have to realize that not all people want to follow a path of healing.
Most of them just want attention.
Are there really that many who just want attention? You keep saying this and you're not the first one to say it.
Yes. But unfortunately, there are many of them.
According to your perception, how many people out of 100 do they only want attention through the illness? And how many really want to cure the disease?
50 out of 100 people just want attention.
Wow, okay. So half of them just want attention, just love and attention.
That's right.
And they don't want to and can't let go of this illness because they're afraid they won't be loved anymore, won't get any more attention.
You're telling me.
Terrible. And what makes you very happy?
Watching people as they heal is like a rebirth of energy. I really, really enjoy observing that. It's like a party. The energy starts to change and a completely different energy body forms. It's fascinating.
Do you also perform visual operations?
No.
You can now leave a message for everyone if you like, because it will be here in this podcast forever. And I did say,
people need to learn that their energy will last for a long, long time. If they can truly focus and want to clean, they'll do it. Then they will also manage it. This purity is rewarded in the cosmos, and the levels reached are bright and beautiful. But if purity in life is not achieved or destroyed, then the energy is too weak and won't penetrate deeply into the energy realms during the transition phase. Then that's the state of the so-called purgatory, as you get from the ancient writings.
you want to call on people to work on their purification every day.
Work? Is that right? That is right. From what has been conveyed about your life, it seems to me that your time in Rome was when you were most corrupted. Am I seeing this correctly? Yes, that's right. A lot of contamination happened there. This period was marked by luxury and indulgence. We lived only for the ego. There was no other force but the ego. This energy has contaminated us, and that is very hard to put into words. On how the ego can be cleansed, I would need books to convey that. The only thing that can heal these impurities
Until
is love.
next time.
Love in all its forms is the healing even for these contaminations, for everyone who experienced them there.
But do you still remember the Roman priestesses, also known as Vestal Virgins?
Very little. These women were very strange and never visible. They were always in their area. Their task was to cleanse the flames of truth.
Didn't you manage to do that because you all got so contaminated?
No, you can't say that. These women were very good at their task. I just didn't pay you any attention, that's all.
Do you want to share something else with the people?
Love is the key to healing. I want to say that this is important and everything else is secondary. Cleaning is also a form of love, so please really convey to them that love is the essence and goal of healing, over and over again, over and over again.
There are people who love another person excessively. Is that the kind you mean?
No, that's not the kind of love I mean. The love I'm talking about is the love for everything that exists. That's the answer.
So all the clay. So you mean the love for everything that exists and encounters us. That makes us attentive, and attention means awareness. And in that moment, ultimately energy transformation happens, right?
Exactly.
So to summarize, attention means becoming more aware. And at the moment when one becomes more aware of things, of life, of being, of the moment of all possibilities, a transformation of the energy within us occurs. That's right.
Right.
If you're praying so much now, who are you praying for?
I pray for all sorts of things. Sometimes for people, sometimes for the world.
And how did it come about that you pray for people?
It's really simple, Sylvia. A person is connected with us and we feel their love. If he calls for help, this request reaches me as an energy impulse, and I take care of these requests and pray for this person.
And what happens to the impulse then?
The energy you have connects with my energy, and we start to increase the strength within you, and that's the healing.
So the change, the transformation of one's own energy, which ultimately causes healing. That's kind of like the process of an operation where energy is also transformed, ideally increased.
You said it.
I understand that. Thank you very much. Do you want to say anything else, Emanuel?
You've already asked a lot, Sylvia.
Oh yes, I always think of one more thing, but I think I don't have any more questions for you now.
That's all right.
Can I maybe tell people that they should turn to you if they seek support in their prayers?
Yes, very gladly. That's a nice idea. Tell them about me, and they will do it.
I'm on it. And now thank you so much for this wonderful conversation, and see you soon. Thanks, dear.